Alright, BobalosRex here, and this is a very special video. It is a lore rant, so I am going to go on a tangent most likely, but it is Warlocks for everyone. And we're getting it. This was going to be a follow-up video to my Shaman video a while back, but they came out before I got a chance to make it. So I'm going to spend this time talking about my thoughts on how Warlocks can be all these races, what I want for Warlocks now being able to be all these races, aka some customizations, and what I think about it. And I think this is great for the lore, even though there's some people that are against certain things. There were some people early on that were going freaking wild, but I think this is really good for the lore, and I'm glad they're opening up classes. And then what I see for the future coming up is going to be good. So let's get into it. So I want to talk about each race and like what it means that they can now be Warlocks. So we have Night Elves here, right? Night Elves have been able to be Demon Hunters from the start, but they weren't able to be Warlocks, which is funny to me. But here's the thing. The OG Azeroth race to be Warlocks is pretty much Night Elves. Because you could argue for Xandalari Trolls, but I would say that they, I think, came about later. But we have Night Elf Warlocks, you know. Night Elves originally summoned the Burning Legion Azeroth, and then being a Night Elf, Warlock was pretty much outlawed. But here's the whole premise, and this is why this is great for Warlocks and great for the lore. The whole premise of Warlocks is that they're outcasts. That's the whole premise. The group of Warlocks that the player character is a part of, the Black Harvest, is a outcast group of Warlocks that can consist of, that realistically should be able to consist of every race, as long as they've had enough time on Azeroth to do so. Which is why the Drakthir not being able to make sense right now as well. Drakthir would have just started to learn about Warlock-ism, aka Fel Magic. And here's a quote from Gul'dan on the top of the Wowpedia page. Behold those who have power and who are not afraid to wield it. Behold the Warlock. Right? They wield the power that others like, oh, that's bad, that's demon magic. And they're like, let's go. Look at that. Warlocks cast fire, shadow magic, and summon demons as their servants. So yeah, it's awesome that Night Elves can be Warlocks again. They like OG Warlocks, so if you're playing a Night Elf Warlock, you can have one be like, yo, I came from the frickin' beginning. You could have a Night Elf character that old. You could have an OC that old. That'd be wild, though. Or you could be new, man. Summon Legion, like, yo, I want that power. Alright, the next one, which is, these are the original Warlock in the Cosmos, Draenei. Now here's I have one gripe about Draenei, okay? And it's not really a gripe. I need this for Draenei, right? So look at these skin colors here. Alright? Here's the thing about Draenei Warlocks. Why can't I be red? Alright? Hey man, I'm an outcast. The whole point of a Warlock is you tapped into the power of the Burning Legion, but you're not working for them because you're like, there ain't nothing in it for me. I just want the power. I don't care about the Burning Legion. I just want the power. So I want to see red Draenei, dude. I want to see red Draenei that are like, hey, I'm not a part of the Legion, but I'm a Warlock. What's up? Like, we need Eridar skin color options for Draenei on a whole nother level right now. So please, Blizzard, work on that, please. Alright, and this same for Lightforge. I think this is great for Lightforge. People are saying, how dare Lightforge go Warlock? And you know what? It would be a big deal for a Lightforge going Warlock, but it'd be essentially be like, man, I saw Illidan wreck Zera so much that I was like, damn, what was he on? Fel magic? I hate demons, and that's what I want to beat them with. More of that. Give me more of that. Hey, I'm a Lightforge. I don't like the Legion, but give me some of that freaking Fel magic. Oh my god! But see, she needs to be red. You can make it. You can make it so that you don't have. Yeah, so I don't have the rune there. You can do some stuff with them to make them seem less, like light, juiced up, as you can see. But they need the red skin option too, dude. Eridar skin options for Draenei and Lightforge would be perfect. For Lightforge, make them have the tattoos. They're faded when the skin is red. And that works perfectly. Like, hey, I was Lightforged, I was on the light train. I saw Tyrellian get wrecked by Illidan, and Zera, what she was doing was wrong. I'd rather join the demons than be what she was trying to do to Illidan. That's perfect. People saying that can't work, that can completely work. People switch sides all the time. That's what people do. Kultirians can now be Warlocks. I think they weren't able to be Warlocks before, but hey man, they just thick humans. Why can't they go demon mode? There you go, look at her go. There you go. Now, I'm wondering if these weren't, or maybe they're already able to, but them being able to be Warlocks, we saw them in Legion, some of them be Warlocks. They were just on the other side. You could have one that was like, nah, I'm going to be on the winning side. Now, here's another big one. Tauren. High Mountain Tauren and Normal Tauren. One thing, I'm asking for this for the Lightforged and the Draenei. I'm asking for it for the Tauren and the High Mountain. I want those Fel Totem customizations. I want the option for glowing green horns. Please. Glowing green horns for Tauren Warlocks. Only. Oh my god, it would be only them. You know what? Screw it. They should have it. Give us glowing green horns for everyone. We're gonna have Tauren Demon Hunters down the line. Someday, give us glowing green horns. Alright? But yeah, you can have Fel Totem, freaking Blood Totem, Defectors that were like, yo, I now know about Fel magic, but I'm not working for the Legion. That's the entire point. Remember, that's the entire point of Warlock. Is I know Fel magic, but I'm not going to work for the Legion. Because they kind of an asshole. Alright? But then Warlocks are also kind of an asshole, you know? Like, that's the whole thing. They're outcasts. They do what they want. You know? Now, a least controversial one. I call these sussy pandas. Ooh! She looked like a Warlock. Look at that. She like, you know what? I've been roaming around. I've seen demons. I would assume a lot of Pandaren would be Warlocks after the War of the Ancients. You wouldn't see... It'd be... A Pandaren Warlock would probably be one that started recently, or was one that was traveling around a lot. Alright? But yeah, you wouldn't see like a Warlock Pandaren dynasty like on Pandaria. But they would exist. They could exist. And look at her. She looks fierce. But yeah, there is nothing in the lore that says pandas can't be Warlocks, so this is a great addition. Alright? And now, a non-controversial one, but one we need to talk about. Zandalari Warlocks, baby. Look at him. Beautiful. So, in the extended universe, And this was actually in the original Zandalari questline in original WoW. When you would do ZG and turn in stuff for the Warlock gear, the bijus and the coins and whatnot, there was talk about Zandalari Demoniacs. Alright? They were almost like demon hunters. Alright? So, I think it's mentioned in the questline, and I really need to do the questline. But yeah, there you go. There's literally no reason Zandalari wouldn't be Warlocks. But I think, especially with that extended lore, that they came about after the War of the Ancients. So the Night Elves brought the demons here, and the Zandalari were like, we see you, we hear you. I may want to take some of that demon juice for my own power. Remember, most Warlocks care about their own power, not really working for the Legion. You do see them in the Legion a lot, but a lot of them will be like, yo, I'll take that power and I'm going to do my own thing. Even Gul'dan was like that. Alternate Gul'dan, for sure. Alright, now this is the most controversial one, and I can see why. I can understand why. But we live in a magical world, baby. Alright. Mag'har Warlocks. And as you can see, both of the skins it picked for me were ones that completely work for Warlocks. Because one of the biggest issues people have with Mag'har Warlocks is their skin should be green. Because they're a Warlock and exposed to Fel magic. And that's how the lore works. And I get that and I understand that. But as you can see from customizations, it's not green, but it's not brown. So you can be like, well, that's what the skin turned to. You know, you can do the Blackrock skin, you know, which may fit more better, depending on what you think. But I don't see any reason why we can't have brown skin Orc Warlocks. And if you're saying they would turn green, most likely, but you can see in a world with magical and stuff, maybe some Warlocks stem the corruption. Maybe they use more shadow magic. And at the end of the day, it's just player customization. Now, maybe you can have like a greenish, maybe you give them an extra skin option, like I was talking about for the red skin for Draenei. Green glowing horns or something for Tauren. You know, maybe you give them the splotchy green option. You know? Because at the end of the day, most people are just choosing the difference between these two for racials, or you could argue, oh, between the green skin and the brown skin. But you can have someone have a OC that is one of these orcs, or would have been one of these orcs, like from the original Draenor on our Azeroth, versus an alternate timeline, but they would just make a Mag'har. So imagine if they just gave green and brown options to both, and at the end of the day it just becomes a racial choice, if that's what some people want. But who knows, dude. I just think that it's perfectly fine that after this much time you could see some of the AU Mag'har, maybe even some that were Warlocks when they were still, when we went back in time, maybe there were still Warlocks from 35 years in the past that were just now switching to Warlocks to work for Gul'dan. You know, it could be interesting what you could do now with that. Or, you know what Blizzard could do? Be like, you needed to drink the blood, and then people were saying, well, the Frostwolves didn't drink the blood, and they still turned green. What I would wonder is maybe that is telling us that Gul'dan put stuff in the water and they turned green either way because they were putting the demon blood in the water. You could turn it to that, even. You know, I thought about that. But either way, it's player customization, and I think this is great. And to finish this off, I want to talk about Demon Hunters. Every race being Warlocks is a path to more Demon Hunters. Okay? At the end of the day, it would have to be the Order of the Illidari recruiting, in my mind. But now we see every race using Fel Magic. So the door is opening. Alright? And I will be probably talking about this in a future video. But Paladins are next up. I've already talked about Shaman. I definitely think Shaman are coming. All that Shaman requires is totem assets. Maybe some animations, but I don't think that many. Paladin require mounts. But they may be coming soon. But I'm so happy that we got Warlocks. Even in my Shaman video, I thought we'd get Warlocks first. And I think this is a great step. I think this is great for the lore. And who knows when Drakthir will get some new classes. Oh my god, it's literally Spyro. We'll see in the future patches. And then we'll see my dream maybe of other races getting Evoker. But yeah, that's been my Warlock video. I'm excited. Give us the Eridar skins and the green glowing horns Blizzard. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.